Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this impromptu live stream from HAFEZ Reflects. I am your host, HAFEZ, and we are here live in London with a impromptu Tommy protest held for Tommy Robinson because he was arrested this morning after yesterday's incredibly successful Patriots rally, and he was apparently arrested on terrorism charges, and so a very impromptu protest has arisen in front of 10 Downing Street in order to condemn and have Tommy released as soon as possible. To have someone like Tommy Robinson arrested for terrorism charges when he literally just held a British Patriots event in central London seems a little bit odd, but it seems that these days the media, the government will simply arrest you for whatever charges they can get their hands on. So at the moment, that's what's going on. We're going to go and see. Please hit that like and subscribe, and yeah, follow me for more. I'm going to transfer this over. Let's go see what's going on. Sorry. Hi. Thank you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now, as you can see, a very impromptu protest has started. Some people are across the road. I am trying to get out of the road before I get killed. Hi. Okay. Sorry, thank you. Sorry. Oh, as you can see, the signs from the last time Tommy was in prison are recycled. You see, the Tommy movement does believe in recycling, save the environment. Every time he gets arrested, they'll just bring out the ones that they had from 4 or 5 years ago. Look, how are you? You okay? I didn't think I'd see you guys this soon. This was much sooner than yes, you know. I know we said we'll see each other soon, but it wasn't this soon. Damn. So yeah, it looks like the British government will trump up any charge in order to throw someone in jail. Terrorism charges after holding the most British patriotic rally in years. The man is now charged with terrorism because, yeah, that makes sense. Because that makes sense.
The man who loves the country the most.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we hold a rally with thousands of people holding British flags, but you're the terrorist for doing that.
You're the terrorist for telling the truth.
You know, the guy at Marble Arch with his flag there,
yeah.
No one
touched him. They just walked him out.
Go over Marble Arch waving the flag. It's like, what?
Yep. Apparently, you know, George Orwell said, in the future, when you tell the truth, that'll be considered a criminal act.
But you know what? But truth is power, and that went out to millions of people. So this, what's happening now, it's just like a nail in there.
That's why they put him in jail, because
they're afraid.
It's too much.
That program, the whole world knows about the line.
Absolutely.
You know what? To put himself on the line there like that, it'd be like a travesty not to stand here in solidarity. You know, if you don't live here, you know, okay, but you need to be standing.
I know.
Do you actually know which police station he's been to?
No, I don't know yet. Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Do
you know?
Police actually say we don't involve with this.
They're not involved in this, so they don't
know what's happening.
They won't tell.
Sorry, is that sorry?
The police are saying that we're not involved with this, and apparently maybe there's a counter-terrorism.
Oh, I've not got my glasses on.
Oh.
Sorry, let me get my glasses on.
Okay. Let me see if I can get a little bit further in there. Thank you. Sorry. Hey, how you doing? Okay, I'm gonna.
They had to get me through quick because they didn't want to join. Yeah, it's interesting. You know what they don't know, they can do it more because it's so much more fun.
Unfortunately, we're kind of out in the road here. Let's get. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we can't really get any closer at the moment, but we're here. We're here for the fact that they arrested Tommy Robinson on terrorism charges after holding the most successful British Patriot March in history. You can't really, you start to think to yourself, what other things they can trump up and just make some. They just like use whatever reason, like, you know, the wind blew from east to west, so we must arrest you. It's insane, absolutely insane. If you there seems to be a lot of Iranians, anti-Iranian regime protesters as well. Of course, it's always the foreign Iranians that come to the what they call the racist protests.
We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out!
We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out!
We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out!
They're going to arrest him on the 20th.
We want Tommy out!
In the court.
We want Tommy out!
Wow! So he actually like foresaw this.
Tommy out! We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out! We want Tommy out!
Come on. Who are you filming for?
Let's go!
We're going on this side. We'll follow Richard.
Tommy, Tommy! Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson! Oh, Tommy, Tommy! Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson! Oh, Tommy, Tommy! Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson!
We're going to the Scotland Yard. We're following the crowd. We're following Richard Inman to Scotland.
Keep going there, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that building there. Right in front of you.
That one there?
In front of you, on the right. At the end of this alleyway.
This doesn't look like Horses Gone. What are you doing here, bro? For those of you who cannot see, it is the shadowy figure of Busker right next to me, but no one knows. He is also maybe perhaps possibly follows another channel called London something. he may be involved, I don't know. A man is a ghost. He's a ninja. He is but a shadow. He is everywhere and yet nowhere. Okay, people, that's a shot from the crowd that are following us. We're following Richard Inman to Scotland Yard, where we're going to give them the peace of our mind. Unfortunately, I can't give them a peace of mind because if I do, I have no mind left. Thank you, everyone in the chat.
All the TSG there waiting.
We have all the TSG waiting for us. We're now in front of Scotland Yard, the new Scotland Yard. Some people.
Tommy Robinson.
Hundreds of people. Wendell Daniels, as always, here covering the these proceedings.
Where is Tommy?
He's going to do his big standards.
Okay.
Let him go! 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 him go! Let 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 him go!
I just want it spinning. I want it in the background. I just want to get away.
Everyone just keep coming in, guys.
Lovely.
Where's Don? Don, do you want to get down here, mate?
Over there, ladies and gents, the bust of Sir Robert.
Are you coming? Come,
Keep coming in, guys. Keep moving in.
And the row next to it, the police are the public, and the public are the police.
I've got some backup speakers because my voice is going to break in about 30 seconds.
Hello. I didn't think I'd see this soon.
Go on, Paul.
Go on, Paul.
Let me jump over there. Not too close up, might scare the kids.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Paul Thorpe, the man, the
really
myth, the legend.
Think about this. 3 weeks ago, they tried to kill Donald Trump. They failed. They failed, and they'll fail again. Today, they are attempting to assassinate Tommy Robinson. And we must stop them. Yes! They can't get away with this. We cannot let them do this. This has gone on for far too long. They've tried to do everything to him. They've bankrupted him. They've slandered him. They put him in positions in prison where he could have been killed. And now they are trying to lock him up from the rest of his life. This is the beginning of the fight for freedom for Tommy Robinson. And to Tommy, I say this to Tommy. Tommy, we will not fail you. We will not be found wanting. We will do whatever it takes to get you out of prison.
Whatever it takes!
Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Rowley to now resign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We've a petition. We've a petition that Tommy set up. That petition. Derek, leave it. That petition that was signed by so many thousands of us. That petition now needs to be delivered to the Metropolitan Police. Not only does Mark Rowley resign, but the head of counter-terrorism must resign as well.
Yes!
Come on! The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, must resign.
Get her out!
The Attorney General must resign.
Get her out! Get her out! Get her out!
Get her out! Get her out! Get her out! Get her out!
In fact, the whole stinking, disgusting communist Labour government has to go!
Oh, you got 61!
Oh, look at this crowd. Just scan round this crowd. Look at the faces here. We have Iranians, we have Indians, we have Afghans. And we have the vast majority of the white English standing with us as well. This is England! We are the British family. And Tommy set up a demonstration. Tommy set up a demonstration with one thing in mind: uniting the kingdom. That's what he wants to do. We must stand united.
Free Tommy!
Yeah, we need to get Sadiq Khan out as well. The next chance.
Get him out!
Disgrace.
Tommy.
Eagle will not win! Evil 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 will not win!
The police are just telling us something we already know, so we're not too worried about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm serious about this. All of this that we do going forward from here, it must, listen to me, it must be peaceful, and it must be the united family of the United Kingdom that's represented here that does it. We're not gonna slide into what they want. We're not gonna slide into riots and confrontation. We're gonna build a mass movement that is gonna get rid of these scum forever. And that mass movement will be made of people of all different colours, all different shapes and sizes, and all different creeds. It's not about left and right. It's about good and evil.
Christ is king! 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 Christ is king!
And I want to tell you something now, and I say this to Tommy as well. Christ is with him in that prison. Ladies and gentlemen, the next days and weeks are going to be very, very difficult for our movement. But we must get it right. If we get it right, we will see Tommy freed, and we will see all the wrongs in this country put right. And I want to say something on a personal level about Tommy. I know his parents, I know his wife and children, and I know him. And the more I get to know Tommy, the more I love him. And I mean, it's failing. So I'm going to ask Don to say a few words. I'm going to bring in the 82nd Airborne Division from the United States of America.
We love God! We love God!
Hello, England! And I got to tell you, I really want to appreciate the welcome you guys have given me. I know a few of you probably already seen me speak today or at other times at other rallies, but I want to tell you guys a story about Tommy Robinson. Not everybody gets to spend personal time with Tommy Robinson. For some reason, he let me, an American, on the inside. Get a little emotional about it, but I actually toured the country with the guy, right? Spent a whole week with him, just out of the blue. He said, "Hey, Don, why don't you come with me for an entire week and see what I do?" And at that time, I'd followed him online for probably 8 to 10 years, and had heard a lot about him. Like I said earlier, his passion, man, his passion really got to me. The way he just loves his country, and he was just such a patriot. So that's why I just really fell in love with the guy. But I always wanted to know him, but didn't know who he was personally. So I set up a meeting with him. I was coming to visit in this great country of yours. It's such a great country. Yeah, it really is. And I was just going to meet the guy. I gave him my hat, and some of you guys may have seen that video. And he says, "You know what, Don? Instead of going to Stonehenge or Buckingham Palace to see the sights, why don't you come for me to a week with Scotland? I have a family there whose young son was killed in what was the first religiously motivated hate murder in, that's right, Chris Donald, in Scotland. Chris Donald and his family, how brave, how brave. But along the way to meet Chris Donald's family, he would get calls from other people saying, "Tommy, my son's missing. I think these folks took him, and we need some help because the government won't do anything." The guy was like Batman. He would get calls all the time for people to help him, people of this great nation, because nobody else would help them. And you know what I saw along the way? We would be walking through the airport. I'd be walking through the airport. Would see black men and brown men. They would walk up to Tommy. One guy in particular walked up to Tommy with his whole family, a black man. Walked up to him and bumped his fist, said, "Tommy Robinson." And the little boy says, "Dad, who was that?" He said, "That's Tommy Robinson, son, a man who knows." Big up. That's exactly right. Tommy Robinson is a man who knows.
Yes.
Tommy Robinson is a man who's seen what the corrupt government in this country and other countries are doing, but he's got to stand up for your country. Amen. And he's the one he stood up first when nobody was standing with him. He stood alone. Yeah. Because so many people to so many people, he was portrayed by the media as this racist or an Islamophobe. Did you all know?
He's not racist.
Did you all know that when Tommy was growing up, when he was a young man, some of his best friends were Muslim? Did you all know that? I bet you didn't.
Yes.
Right? Because the media doesn't tell you that.
Yeah.
Right? Tommy drew attention to a particular group of people in a particular demographic, and the media and the government didn't want you all to know about that because they were the preferred demographic. And Tommy took risk with his life. He took risk with his family, with his wealth, and he stood up for this country when everyone else was scared to do so. But guess what? Not anymore. Look, look. Turn your camera around and look.
There is many people behind Tommy.
This isn't a white people's movement. This isn't just a brown person's movement. It isn't a black. It's a every person. It's a patriot movement. It's the people who love Great Britain, who love your country, and they want to defend it against the tyrannical government and the barbarian horde who's being imported and doesn't love your country. It's a British movement. That's right, and when they pull them in, then not only do they want to pull them in, they want to take your lands, they want you to pay for it.
But they cannot.
Tommy stands up against that, he stands up for that, and as we can see, the narrative is changing. There's more of you who are becoming aware of that. Like I said, Tommy gets emails and texts every day from people who said, I used to hate you, Tommy Robinson, because I believed every word the media told me, right? But no longer, because we have independent journalists and we have social media.
Freedom of speech.
So, obviously, I can't stay here with you guys forever. I wish I could, but I have a country over there I have to save because we're going through the same exact thing that you all are going through. Right? Trump will save you, but I want you to know. I want you to know that I am an emissary from the great patriots of the United States who stand with every single one of you great patriots. Now, I always call Tommy Robinson the working class Donald Trump. Yeah. You can look at everything that Donald Trump's been through and everything they've put the man through, and you can see that they did each one of those things to Tommy Robinson. They put him in jail. They've charged him, and they've tried to put him in jail. They've sentenced him to 91 charges. They've weaponized their justice system, right? All for Tommy, the same thing, right? Same thing. Tommy, Donald Trump just dodged a bullet, right? Didn't really dodge it. He actually took a bullet for his country. Well, they would like to see the same thing happen here, in my opinion, right? Because we all know that Tommy's life has been in danger when he was incarcerated before. So we had a huge 100,000 person rally yesterday that got us all energized. We were like, look at the Patriots, 100,000 people. I'm not saying this. Sky News reported 100,000 people yesterday to show up for freedom, for your country.
Yes.
Now, I want to do something here, but like I said, the United States, we stand with you, and I want to send a message from you guys to the United States. Amen. When Donald Trump took that bullet, he fell down, and that was the longest 2 minutes of my life I've ever seen when he was laying on the ground because nobody knew what happened. I was scared to death. I got a call, hey, something's happened to Trump. Turn on the television. Turn it on, he's laying there, and he's got the Secret Service all around him. And when he stood up, what did he do? That was a message, a resounding message, not only for my people, it was a message for the entire Western world who's going through what he and Tommy and the rest of you, because there's people who aren't Tommy Robinson and Donald Trump. They're doing the same thing, names we don't hear about. Amen. Think of all the multitude of people who don't get the accolades and the limelight or the media attention because they haven't been doing this forever, right? People, it's coming to you. You may not like Tommy Robinson today, but let me tell you, just because you're on the other side, the government doesn't mean the government's not coming for you one day, right? So you may like tyranny today and it may taste good because they got Tommy Robinson, but guess what? They're coming for you. I promise you, if you don't stand up. So thank you so much, guys. I love you so much.
If they arrest one Tommy, there will be 10 Tommy behind him. So no worry, you will arrest one, you will find 100.
Guys, there's a scripture in Joshua. It says Joshua 1:9. It says, did I not command you to be strong and courageous? I ask you all must be strong and courageous. Like Tommy has shown us all. He's led the way. He's paved the way for us all to be strong and courageous. I, like Tommy, was born and raised in Luton. I come from the dregs of society. I was a victim of grooming, not sexual grooming, but chemical grooming. I was a crack and heroin addict from when I was 14 years old by Islamic crack and heroin dealers on the streets of Luton. By the grace of God, I was set free. I was set free for 20 years, 20 plus years. I was a crack and heroin addict. In the town. In his no more watching that road. I want you to tour. I want you to come and stay. I want you to come and show us. And we've great angels. And let me tell you now, he fought for us. He fought for everything. Yeah, Paul. And I'll tell you what this. I have got paper. I am in the middle of my sorry, Tom, you've got to get one thing.
Our teeth out.
HAFEZ, my channel is HAFEZ Reflects. I think Paul's about to.
We want him free. We're all going to be free.
Guys, I thought I'm going to get a second to. It looks like Paul Thorpe is going up on stage now.
Arrested Tommy on trumped up charges 5 and 10 years ago. This movement now has millions of people in it. Paul Thorpe is one of the new faces of this movement. Big round of applause for Paul.
We all probably had better things to do today, right? Especially after such a magnificent day yesterday. I think it was one of our greatest achievements. And today we wake up.
Oh, we can't hear you, mate.
Today we wake up and we find that our leader is somewhere in a prison cell. Yeah. Thank you. And I thought it was a mic for a moment. But the biggest thing on my mind today, apart from well done for everyone for getting here so quickly, it's going to cost me a fortune because my wife's now in Oxford Street shopping. The big thing on my mind today is look at what Tommy did for Nigel Farage and Reform before the general election. Yeah. Where is Lee Anderson, Nigel Farage and Richard Tice today? I see that Richard Tice has released a statement this morning about the police officers in Manchester last week, and rightly so, in support of the police, rightly so. But he should be doing the same right now. Nigel Farage should be on the TV right now demanding the release. And I can only speak for myself and say that if Nigel Farage stays quiet on this matter, he can forget my support and anyone else that I know.
Free Tommy now! 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 Free Tommy now!
Guys, a lot of you know me as a child abuse survivor campaigner who's campaigned for historic child abuse in this country for 100 years, if not more. I can give you lots of detail. These guys standing in these uniforms are all complicit in historic child abuse. Remember what Tommy's done for our children. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Don't forget what Tommy's done for you. We now must do for Tommy.
Yes!
without stating the obvious, obviously Tommy is not inside New Scotland Yard. The police just wanted me to tell you that he's not in New Scotland Yard. But he is incarcerated illegally, and that is wrong.
Yes! Yes! Oh, where is him?
We've heard him to say a few words now. We've got to make plans. We're going to talk at the very end about how we make plans about what we do next. Because we're not going to stay here forever. But the reality is we need to make good plans, and we need to make plans with reflectors. And I'll be consulting with some of the top influencers on the planet in the next days
Oh my
to
God,
see how
I know the umbrella.
we can make plans
The umbrella
to get Tommy out.
I saw you sitting on the floor like.
Oh my God, I was dying. My feet are still killing me today.
I say only one thing. Tommy is fighting for us from last 20 years. Yeah. He's fucking paying price for us from last 20 years. Yeah. He's been beaten, thrown in the jail, away from his kids. Justice not served to him. But she's still fighting for us. Now is the time for us to pretend to fight for Tommy! I am Tommy! Arrest me! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy!
We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy!
We are Tommy! One Tommy today got arrested, and hundreds of thousands more are on the street!
Yes!
Thank you, Tommy! I salute you what you done to this country! Freedom is not free! Freedom is not free! We have to pay the price. For how long Tommy will pay the price? When will you or me start paying the price for that freedom?
We will do that.
We will do that.
Yes.
It's not only Tommy. We all have to pay a price. We all have to fill these prisons.
Yes.
Arrest us. We are Tommy.
Yes.
We are Tommy! 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 We are Tommy!
Tommy gave us hope. Tommy gave us hope. Yesterday when I was in the rally, I saw hundreds of thousands of people. I see the light of hope.
Yes.
Light for freedom.
Amen.
I saw my future, my kids' future, my grandkids' future is going to be saved. But today, this establishment, this spineless establishment, put the hope behind the bars. We cannot let it.
Can I have a word a minute? Can I have just a word a second after you're finished? Yeah?
I forget
So
what it is.
pissed off, so angry.
But we are not here to forget.
I'll give you
What
40
Tommy
years
has
of
done.
history in the East End.
Tommy has done a lot for us. He's given his youth, his family, everything for us. He's given his life. We don't know is he coming back from that prison or not. When I met Tommy last time, he told me that he's going to prison, and I don't know might I come back alive or not. But he was aware of this arrest. He's aware that he might get time in the prison. But he keep on fighting for you. He was knowing that. He was knowing that he will die in the prison. He keep on fighting for you.
We don't want him out,
Don't let that happen.
Don't let it
He's
happen.
not alone. Tommy is not alone.
We want Tommy free.
Free Tommy now! 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 Free Tommy now!
Freedom is not for faint-hearted. Tommy is a brave heart. And I can see many more brave hearts here. Listening, coming. I want them to stand and fight for his freedom, fight for their kids, fight for the future, fight for the Great Britain once it was. We want our Great Britain back. It's not Great Britain anymore. It is not. It's not a democracy anymore. If we say the truth, we are put behind the bar. We want to survive, we are put behind the bar. If we are law-abiding citizens, we are put behind the bar. But criminals are on the loose. Criminals are ruling this country. Our spineless police is bowing down to those criminals. We've seen that recently in Leeds and Rochdale. No more. You will work for the law-abiding citizens, not for those criminals. No more need for those criminals. You have to serve the community who is law-abiding, who wants democracy. This is not democracy. This is dictatorship right now, which we are facing. We cannot take our voice out. If we say something, not arrested, not anymore. Fight! 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 Fight!
Okay. Deep breath, right? So, I've witnessed for 40 years what's going on in the East End. I've been trying very hard to find my voice because the anger I feel, I've had to subjugate it and undermine it because of these people. Because they are puppets. I'm on it. Why are they puppets? Because they do as they're told, not as they know is right. I have seen things in the East End happen to the working classes. And I use the word working classes because it's exactly the working classes that they're scared of. And because there's a voice here, and his name is Tommy Robinson, and he's working classes, and he represents the working class. He has a voice, and he sees the injustice, and he articulates it. These people are their elite establishment friends. They want him dead. And they don't care how they twist, how they turn, how they undermine, and how they lie. They lie. They lie. Okay, they be calm. Because they might think because I'm Scottish, I'm being aggressive. You see them? I'm being aggressive. Yes, I'm being fucking aggressive. Yeah, I'm the establishment because we're coming up. You're being racist. Tommy will work free, and he will walk free, and he will be absolutely healthy when it happens, and he will come out to the walk. His head held high. His head held high. Take the wages. Take the wages. Pay your mortgages, because at the end of the day, you know full well you shouldn't sleep properly with your friends. Because you know what is a
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
There isn't a party there that represents the working classes. Farage doesn't represent the working classes. No, and you know what? Won't share a platform with Tommy. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Why? Because he needs his recognition from those people out there. So he needs to keep himself in with them, doesn't he? Tommy doesn't. Tommy speaks it. And he dies for it, he takes it in the chin. And the poor guy is languishing in prison. He's languishing in prison because the dirty bastards can't help themselves.
But if they do,
We are Tommy! 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 We are Tommy!
Can I just say, I've got a story to tell. Yeah, it goes 40 years in the East End. I came here with the grace and the help of the English people who provided work for me. I came as an economic refugee from Scotland. Yeah. And who helped me? Who gave me housing? Who gave me work? Who helped me? The English people. Yeah. So what I want to say is, and I have witnessed things in the East End I'm quite prepared to talk to anybody about. Injustice to their policing. Let me tell you what the things that have happened, yeah? I'm going to hand this over. When he's already, anybody wants to know the story.
This situation happened in Iran. Extremist Islamists came to our country. We were like you. We were whatever we want. They came, they took us. They took our king out. They destroyed our country. We came here, many in different countries. The reason why Tommy stands with you and you are standing with him.
So I guess you speakers corner today.
Anyone who speak out, they put them in a jail.
Something a little bit more pressing.
This is happening to the United Kingdom. Take back our kingdom of
This is a little bit more important.
You think? Yeah, that's better than the rantings of Ali Dawa. God knows, he's always there, isn't he? That's his grift. That's his grift. Okay. Yeah. Incredible how a man who holds a Patriots rally gets arrested for terrorism.
Yeah. Because you show the corruption of the state.
Yeah, but terrorism?
Yeah. You know why? The laws that it gives, the powers it gives them,
is more than the average arrest. Yeah. They can hold him longer. Yeah. It's crazy. I think so. How you doing? There's Paul Thorpe, the man, the myth, the legend. I want to try and get an interview with him if I can. We will see. He's currently doing a little piece. He's currently doing a little piece himself. Let's see if we can get an interview with Mr. Thorpe when the time is right. Mr. Paul Thorpe, hello sir, hi,
Right,
great
mate.
fan, I watched all your stuff last night.
very much.
I was wondering if I just could have a word, 2 minutes. Oh, thank you so much. Get my stuff ready. I apologize.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Okay. It's called HAFEZ. My name is HAFEZ. HAFEZ Reflects. Sorry, let me just stick this. There we go. Thank you, sir. Okay, there you go. You can hold it. There's a mic.
Oh, that's the mic.
That's the
So we're
mic.
going to share this, yeah?
Yes,
So you
please.
hold
Yeah.
it in that
Okay.
case.
So you made a speech yesterday at the Tommy Robinson rally. You're here today to support Tommy because he was arrested. Could you give us an initial introduction to what happened and when did you hear that he was arrested?
Well, I mean, I first heard, I didn't wake up till 11 o'clock this morning. You know, I was very tired after yesterday.
Yep.
And within about 20 minutes, I got a message saying that Tommy had been arrested by the anti-terrorism squad, whatever the correct term is. And shock, horror, disbelief. I thought this has got to be a joke. It's got to be, it's a bad joke, right? very quickly transpired that it isn't. Obviously, look, you know, we have to wait and see what the charges or what he's being accused of. We have to wait and see what they are. We're not lunatics, you know, we have to look at every side.
Yeah, you wait till the evidence is in, just like the Manchester police.
Exactly, we look at the evidence, just like the Manchester police. Perfect example. Just keeping my eyes on what the police.
So I take it you live in London or in the London area, so you travel down?
Yeah, I live in Brighton.
Okay, so you travelled all the way down from home because you were at home last night. I saw your live stream.
Yeah, I had to hop on a train this morning.
Wow.
Which took forever. But look, there's no better calls, right? I mean, look, this is vital. This is everyone watching this, whether they like Tommy or not, it doesn't actually matter. It is about Tommy for us, but it's not about Tommy for people that are not necessarily interested in what Tommy Robinson does. What they need to understand is that he is fighting their battle. Today it's Tommy. Tomorrow it could be them. Or it could be one of their children. Or a member of their family, a son, a brother, whoever.
Just like the old saying, they say they first came for the Jews and I didn't do anything because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the Catholics and I didn't do anything because I wasn't a Catholic. Then they came for me and I didn't do anything. And then, no, there was no one left to do anything. So they come for Tommy today, but they'll come for your children tomorrow. Something.
I don't send any money to your channel, but I want to give you that to pay for Tommy, right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. I'll give it to the urban spirit. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's amazing. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, you're all right.
We're at Hawk. We're at Hawk. But yeah, I just wanted to say, I believe it was George Orwell that said that the day that you, when 1984, those who tell the truth become the terrorists of tyranny. So would you say that this is it's literally today that we are living in 1984 essentially at this point, because telling the truth will then get you a terrorism charge?
This is exactly where we're at. And for me, one of the big turning points that is going to happen here in the UK before long, I believe. You see these police officers here, one day, one of them is going to go, I've had enough of this. They're going to take off their hat and they're going to come and stand with us. Because I don't believe that these police officers are doing what they want to be doing. I believe that they're on our side, deep down in their hearts. They're doing a job, we understand that, and we respect them. But it's time for them to understand.
They have wives and children, and their children go to schools where they're being indoctrinated into the cult of transgender and all that.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's a lot of them. I'm sure these police officers at the end of the day human beings.
Exactly. So all I would say to the movement is, I know it's difficult at times, but always show respect, always be on your best behaviour, and show that we're the good guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Paul. I will follow you eagerly again online. Okay, that was Paul Thorpe. It looks like the movement is now moving back, possibly to... Paul Thorpe is one of the rising stars of the Tommy movement. Hello, sir. I don't know actually. I think they're going back to 10 Downing Street, possibly, or start to dissipate. I'm not really sure how long they want to keep this going.
So they didn't get put out of there?
No. I think they decided to now move on over there, possibly outside 10 Downing Street now. Okay, it looks like they're moving back, possibly to 10 Downing Street. There is a bit of confusion. Wow, Iranian flags everywhere. Shah and Shah. The Iranian Shah flag. The illegal banned flag in Iran. Flying high here. There seems to be quite a substantial Iranian contingent here. They're all standing. Oh, I see they're standing for some photos. The police are moving. We're going to move with the English flags. Currently walking with the police. Hello. Don't arrest me. Just a journalist. Just a YouTuber.
You having fun?
I am sweating my absolute balls off. Cojones. You have no idea. It's like a pool of fucking water right down there right now. it's horrific. I just want to go home, shower. But I guess we all have to pay get a paycheck and pay the rent. Oh. All right. Okay, moving. I'm moving down. Guys and girls, we're moving down. We are moving into the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to HAFEZ Reflects. If you're just joining us, hit that like button. It really helps. And we're going to moving into in front of 10 Downing Street again. Looks like they've actually moved right in front of 10 Downing Street. They're not staying on the other side of the road. The crowd's a bit smaller than it was earlier. There's lots of police cars here. Lots of police vans. There's Alan. Okay, we're going to cross the road. We're going to cross the road. Crossing the road. Oof. Guys, Francis, how you doing, mate? How you doing, mate? I saw you yesterday. Great t-shirt. Guys, I'm gonna try and get in there. There's Richard Inman.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Britannia rules the way. Britons never, never, never will be slaves. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never will be slaves. And again. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never shall be slaves. Let him go! 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 You thought you were gonna have a quiet day today, huh? No rest for the wicked. I call it. You must have done something right or wrong in a previous life.
This movie's like living a fucking movie.
Free Tommy now! Free Tommy
Exactly.
Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now!
And these are just some of the people who were left from yesterday, I think.
To justify
These are corrupt. Every one of these are corrupt. Complicit, corrupt. How do you sleep in your beds at night? That's what I would like to know. How do you talk to your children? How do you look with a straight face at them and say, well, what I do each day helps people? It does everything. You're a liar. Everything's a liar. He's a liar. You represent a corrupt organisation. an absolute corrupt organisation. How do you sleep in your bed at night? Think about it. Yeah, when it comes to the fake shoe, how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to deal with it? Because it comes from you too. That's what happens. Get uniform. Don't look me in the eye like you know, because you're only a puppy. You're only a puppy. Everyone needs out of university. Oh, university. Listen to the bullshit that you common purpose bullshit was of listening to. Why am I getting to you?
It's like ethical governance. It's all just justice. It melts down. Why are so many black children missing today? Why are you arresting innocent lives? Why is nobody arrested? Where is the justice you promised? It's like yes, Mama. We want justice today. Let him go. Let him go.
Let him go! 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 Let him
Let him go!
Sorry, guys. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, the microphone fell.
We are Tommy! We are Tommy! We are Tommy!
I've watched you, I've seen everything that you've come through, boy, and I'm telling you, stay strong, we've got a whole of a life. That's right. You did this. You bring everything here, my children, they are faithful.
How are you, sir? Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, I was at a party, so I couldn't really come straight away, but my brothers, I went to it, and then I left the
He's trying to save the country from civilization. Hey, he's behind the bar. He's the other player. Now, because what are you doing? You're singing your own praise. Yes! You started doing your own praise here, Thomas. You've done something very, very nasty, something very, very wrong. I don't know why. Are you on the bails of what? But you done something very, very wrong.
No, is it up, yep, like down there. There we go.
What do you think of all of this, Evan, grabbing Tommy?
No, it's not very good. It's alright. At least you're watchable.
Tommy Robinson! Tommy Robinson!
Are they just doing this to silence?
justice system in this
This is the back of the car. This was happening. Hide everything. Yeah, I think. Okay. I think this is it's kind of done. I might end it now. Yesterday, I went live for Louis and myself, like a multi-watching. He got 120,000 views on one of those live streams. He had 120k. Another one 98. Another one like 90. No, 90. 190. 118. And then another one 90, and then there was like a 40,000 one as well.
Did you get your subscribers up?
I got a couple of hundred subs, but what I mean, the same footage, my channel, I barely got 1,000 views. He had over 100,000, 120 actually, but I could barely get 1,000. It's crazy, it's crazy. There's a difference, and it was the same footage, literally from my camera. The algorithm, man.
A lot of people watch it.
The algorithm loves you. Somehow, for whatever reason, it loves you. It loves you.
If he doesn't speak it.
Ah, is that what it is? That might be it, I'll be honest. But I had that in the title the whole time, so thank God for that. A little bit of promotion finally. Okay, I think it's winding down. I'm gonna probably step away and wrap it up.
Just in a different corner today. Just in a different corner today.
Yeah. He told me actually, he said, because I couldn't go today, I was like, I'm not gonna go to speakers. He said, don't worry about it, waste of time anyway. And he ended up here anyway.
Yeah, I phoned him.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Get down there.
Yeah. So, because I was looking out for his live stream for Windows, but he didn't go live because I don't think he went to this one.
Yeah.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah.
Oh, he said it was?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it, I didn't see his live. How about you? How come you didn't do anything? Did you record anything? Alright, well, this is though, it depends on what channel you want, what direction you want. Sometimes it's not worth it. It's like Muska doesn't do anything on Muska's channel. He's got another one, London. He should do a second channel for this. He's for a second channel and just cover this. Because you can't do it, you might as well just stick a channel. I did interview Lawrence Fox yesterday. I just interviewed Paul. I want to see these are like big names. It's worth getting those.
Richard Inman have tried to do him.
I haven't actually. I had a chat with him. I was standing next to him, but we just had like a little casual chat. Didn't actually get an interview. I don't know, but he might be gone now.
No, he won't be gone right now. He's still going to be here.
I don't see them. I don't see them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to HAFEZ Reflects. We are here at 10 Downing Street. It's still mayhem. No, it's not really. It's quite calm. I think a lot of people have started to flake off. The police have been remarkably amazing, actually. They didn't do anything of... they haven't done anything antagonistic. They've been kind of very nice about the whole thing. You can see Metropolitan's finest behind me. They're there. I'm not recording you. I'm recording them. Yep. Everything's been okay. Everything's been calm, collected. There's literally Metropolitan's finest right there, because she's fine. Yeah, everything is nice. Everything's good. Everything's calm, peaceful. And we're going to hang around a bit longer just to see what goes on.
But everyone else has been peaceful as well.
Yeah, everybody's been great. Everybody's been good. No one's antagonized.
Since he came, everyone's been peaceful. There's been there are no disturbances, no one been causing any issue, no aggression towards the police whatsoever. It's been communication only. The communication has been aggressive, but that's expected, right? But there's no disregard for the police in regards to going up to them or trying cursing them out or something. It's been totally respectful.
Yeah.
So that's what we needed. Thankfully, the police did their job as well in being respectful, because the people have been respectful too. Police have said move on this side, people have been moving. So that's what we need. But unfortunately, arresting someone in regards to just terrorism act because of showing something is too outrageous for everyone. We can expect this in Middle East, we can expect this in a Muslim society, but we cannot expect this in this country. And that's what the biggest issue is. This is why people are so riled up. No one's riled up just for the sake of being riled up. That's it.
Exactly. Thank you. Sid, are you off? Can I interview you? Sure, great. 2 minutes. This is Sid from
Jono Jones 05.
Jono Jones 05. Citizen Sid. Oh, sorry. Just 2 minutes. What did you think about yesterday's events, and what do you especially think about Tommy's arrest?
I think yesterday was absolutely incredible. I mean, I know there was a little scuffle at the end of it when people went down Whitehall, down here.
Yeah.
But other than that, the energy, all of the thrill of it was incredible. Granted, it was a very hot day, and I was sitting down for most of it. I think for the Tommy thing, it's really important to note, I don't think this is necessarily an attack on Tommy. I think it's an attack on journalism as a whole. I think that leftist media need to realise that and know that it will not stop at Tommy. Tommy is just the start of it. Of course, there's been many people before him, but he is one of the most famous that it will happen to, especially right now, hot topic. It's not going to stop with Tommy. We all need to come together as journalists and support each other.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And do you have a long way back home today?
No, because I'm staying over today.
Oh, wonderful.
Tomorrow I got a long day home.
How can people find you?
I am Jono Jones 05 on YouTube, Telegram, Twitter. At the moment, I'm doing a lot on Twitter, Instagram. I'm Citizen Sid on Odyssey, I think. Still.
Odyssey. All right. We'll look forward to your next reports. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Take
care.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Take care. Okay, guys. We are. This is kind of winding down. There's a few people. Hello. I love this. This is awesome.
Thank you very much.
Does it move pretty weird? Really? That's nice. That's pretty decent. Well, I mean, most of London is 20 miles an hour anyway.
Were you here yesterday?
Yeah, I was. Were you there?
I had the flu, so I wasn't able to attend.
Oh, yeah, I can hear your voice. Oh, shame.
But I'm glad I'm here today. Stand there, Tommy. Stand for Tommy.
Nice.
Bless his heart.
I know. It's amazing. You get arrested for holding a Patriots rally for terrorism. This is like, I mean, I've been speaking to a few people. They said the reason they did it for terrorism is because they can have special powers over that. They can hold him for up to like 14 weeks without charges. There's a whole host of other things they can do. If they arrested him for any other charge, he would have essentially more rights. So he has essentially less rights held as on the Terrorism Act, or the police or the authorities have more power. So that's why they did it under that. Otherwise, they would have probably had to let him go in like 48 hours or something. The machinations of government.
It's ludicrous.
When they come for you, they come for you.
I mean, what's insane is like he just talks about Islam and kind of all the extremism.
Sorry?
He just talks about Islam, like all the extremism.
Exactly.
That's where really I'm here. So I'm like, no, it's in the book. It's in the Quran.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Do you mind being on camera?
I don't mind trying.
Because you are extremely, extremely lovely. Although your voice is very hoarse.
Very hoarse. Sounds really bad. It's extra horsey. It's quite horsey normally, but it's extra horsey today. Yeah. But all I would say is like what just happened in the Olympics. If they did that to Mohammed, there would be literally
France would be burning. France would literally be on
heads
fire.
rolling. Yeah, they'd be rolling on the streets. That's a perfect example. That's why sometimes I'm like, whenever there's stuff people who mock Christians, I'm like, just put the Muslims out there. Muslims will stop the whole thing. They'll stop them.
This is the weird thing. It's like it's like ironically, if France was a Muslim country, they would never dare to have such a thing.
No, never. Well, even if you go abroad,
and they wouldn't even be able to do it to Christ, by the way, either. They wouldn't even be able to do the Christian side of it because the Muslim countries, they literally ban all blasphemy type things. So they don't just ban. I mean, yes, obviously it's much harsher for Islam, but they won't let anyone mock Christ either or Moses because to them that's all prophets. So publicly, as a government, they would never allow it.
But Muslims don't claim Jesus though to be really.
They
would have
don't.
never allowed that.
Yeah. But what I mean is, in Christian countries, it's this weird dichotomy where
because I think Christians are like it seems to be weakness, isn't it? Kindness, and because it's like. Love your neighbours, you love yourself.
Yeah.
Love your neighbours, you love yourself. Turn the other cheek. So I think like Christianity is built on like forgiveness, and and I think that's just kind of abused.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's true that the Christian world has become much more secularized since the Enlightenment. So maybe that's what it is. Unfortunately,
at least there's freedom of speech, which I really agree with.
Yeah, the irony is that other countries don't see it as freedom; they see it as weakness.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the part that we have to challenge.
That's manipulation, and that's demonic. That's where all the weird stuff comes in. And people will do that. Evil will do that. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, madam. What is your name, please?
Yasmin. Yeah.
Are you social media type personality?
Well, I do a bit. I do. My Instagram is Chichi Obu. Yeah, CHI Obu. That's it. But I do a lot of performing arts and all the rest of it. That's my thing. It's my thing. But yeah.
That's your social side.
That's my social side. But yeah. That's. I think it's just been really kind of concerning.
Have you recently got into activism, or are you always involved in politics?
I think it's just like the older I've got, I've kind of like just gone online, and being a Christian, just finding out more about like religions and stuff like that. And I think, and then realizing, trying to figure out like why did like all the attacks, like why that kind of happened, what's behind that, and then kind of like doing some research. I was just like, oh right, the Quran actually says, and some of the books it says to actually go out and kill, and all the rest of it. And I was like, oh wow, okay. So it's like. So
you started to sort of dive down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, and I was just like fundamentally in the faith. And I think someone even told me about what was it? Let me have a think. I think the whole thing, of course, with like the minor paedophilia people were talking about, and then. What else was someone talking about? Like going to heaven, you get how many virgin wives?
Oh yeah,
like
72.
That.
Well, I mean,
so
the thing is,
like based on that.
Yeah, the thing is, the way I interpret this is, Muhammad. Oh no, God no. I mean, I was born in a Muslim world. I'm Iranian by birth, but I obviously, as soon as I reached the age of reason, I realized this is all nonsense. But generally, what I interpret, this is my own personal opinion of Muhammad's era. Here's a man who needed armies, he raised war on multiple fronts. And what's the best way to motivate your soldiers? When you die, you're going to get a ton of women. Because here's a bunch of people who live in a desert, who the women are covered head to toe most of the time. Very rare access to women. Actually, you would say the majority of men probably didn't even have access to sex, because one man could have a harem of women. So one man, a caliph or a prophet or whatever, would have dozens of women, whilst most of the regular men, maybe they're lucky if they don't die a virgin. So here's a man who has to encourage a bunch of virgin desert men that if you go to war for me, you're going to get something. What's the best thing to get? The description of heaven in the Quran is almost exactly the same as Britain. Rolling green hills, rivers of wine and honey, trees full of fruits and delights. It's literally Britain they're describing, because Britain and Europe, or Western Europe, is, because it rains all the time, is green. It's got luscious green hills.
Yeah, beautiful.
A man in Saudi Arabia would dream of such a scenario.
Totally.
So, ironically, the very heaven that Muhammad describes, apart from the women and the mansions, is England. Because to desert people, green, the grass is amazing. So he literally created a heaven so that men would lust after. They would get everything they ever wanted that they can't get in a desert environment. Women, green hills, rivers, trees, blossoming, flowers and birds and all the crap that we take for granted here. Because those trees do not exist in the middle of Saudi Arabia naturally. I promise you, they don't. It's
So you think
dry.
that's the fundamental motivation?
So he did that in order to encourage his soldiers to go and die for him.
Interesting.
And that's it. That's what really Islamic heaven is. It's the description of the afterlife for a dying soldier or for a soldier who's about to martyr himself. And that's why martyrdom. Oh, sorry, my camera is all over the place. Martyrdom is a central point of Islam. Because there's even a hadith that says...
this is what I really want to study. Hadith.
The hadiths are... because there are thousands of books.
I really want to get into it. I really know exactly what...
The biggest scholars still don't really know all of them. It's huge.
They disagree, don't they?
Well, they disagree as well. But what I mean is, because the hadiths are so large and so vast, I don't even think there is actually a person alive that really knows it. There are people who memorize the Quran. Sorry. They absolutely memorize the Quran. They know it off the top of their head. But very few can recite a hadith off the top of their head because it's thousands. It's just too much. But the hadiths, one of them actually says that if a martyr was to die and go to heaven and God would ask him, what would you like to do? His greatest wish would be to come back to earth as a human being just to be martyred again for the cause of Allah. So dying is like a central thing for them.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen interviews and people are saying that.
I would rather die. We love death more than we love life.
I think the whole thing that's just happened with like the Jews and everything like that, the most recent event that's happened, I thought, I was really shocked that people actually hate the Jews. I thought it was just like, give us back our land. But it's like, no, people actually hate the Jews, which I thought, that shocked me.
Well, it's in their holy book. It's in the Quran. And that's why they talk about first come Saturday, then come Sunday. So they want to decimate the Jews first, and then the Christians.
Well, I mean, it's in the Quran itself. Actually, it says that in the last days, every tree and every rock will tell you that there's a Jew or a Christian hiding behind me, so that a Muslim can come and slay them. It's literally in the Quran. The Muslims don't even deny that. That is like in the Quran. I forgot exactly. I think it's like Surah 9 or one of those. It's in the chapter 9.
I couldn't quote chapter and verses on it, but I know the essentials.
I mean,
you have to know.
The thing is, in Islam, the central...
Following Islam, it's going to be a problem.
Unfortunately, the central tenet of Islam is there are two houses. Dar al-Islam, Dar al-Harb. The house of Islam and the house of war. That's it. So if you're not in Islam...
they haven't conquested yet is the house of Islam, and then what they're about to conquer is the house of war.
Exactly.
So the UK now, as it stands, is the house of war.
The West is the house of war.
The whole of the West,
The whole of the West, China...
People don't know this stuff. Why do you think like the average person?
Because
most Muslims don't even know this stuff.
When they're indoctrinated, they're only showed certain parts of it, which shows them what your man was just telling you was the beautiful side of things.
Yeah.
Well,
which is what most indoctrination is. They show you the good stuff.
Yeah.
But let's not show you the downfalls and the pitfalls.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a scholar, but I'm not also a Christian either. And I know even in the Bible there are lots of things that you wouldn't really want to teach a child initially, especially the story of Lot and a lot of other things. There's stuff that you would. Absolutely. It's for mature audiences.
Yeah.
And that is similar in Islam. There's a lot of stuff which but the thing is with Islam, they don't show that to even the adult who is learning Islam.
No, that's right.
Because there are certain things that would literally put you off Islam if you really got into it. This is why they say something like 70 to 80% of converts to Islam come out of Islam after 5 years. Because by that point they actually learn the deeper parts and they realize, oh shit, this is a messed up thing. The irony is, in a Muslim nation, if you leave Islam, you're an apostate and you'll be killed. So, and bit of a catch-22.
And the thing is, what they do is that they make you do the inshallah, is that what it's called?
The shahada.
The shahada. They make you do that first before you know the ins and outs of it.
Well,
so now you're
yeah.
there. So now you're part of their crew. And if you try to come out, you're
They'll-
an apostate,
yeah,
and
they'll murder you.
and you're free game. You're free game for murder. It's like
It's a bit of a catch.
God is going to sanction
It's a little bit of a catch-22 with Islam. I would say for those new converts out there, which my audience, none of them are, but anyone who's thinking about it, yeah, read the Quran before you take your Shahada.
Read it.
The funny thing is, I actually encourage people to read the Quran. I don't say don't read. I want people to read the Quran, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, whatever holy books you want. You should absolutely read them because these are not only some of the great religions of the world, but they are also part of our history in a lot of cases. So you should know. They say those who forget their past are doomed to repeat it. So learn. Yes, absolutely read the
We're at
Quran.
that stage now where we've had such a period of good times and and easiness. There was a saying. I don't know who gave the saying, but it says, "Strong men create good times, and weak men then create bad times."
No, it says
I can't remember exactly how it
bad
goes.
times create strong men.
Yeah,
Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create bad times.
Correct.
I know Joe Rogan actually said it, but the funny thing is, I made a video 2 years before Joe Rogan making that quote, and it's out there. It was mine before it was Joe Rogan's. And the thing is, this was a saying that a lot of us were saying a long time. Because the thing is, some of these things are like fundamental truths about life.
Yeah.
And the fact is that if you allow your country to become weak, you see, my greatest sort of relief for a long time in the West was that the West is technologically far more superior than Middle Eastern countries. So the dangers of Islam is not really that dangerous because your military can always they can never militarily overtake this country. But the problem is they're not doing it militarily. They're doing it through demographics, they're doing it through childbirth.
They're infiltrated. And the paradox of it all is that they hate democracy, but they're using our democracy to infiltrate our institutions and to cancel democracy by using democracy.
Actually, there's another quote. Frank Herbert, the gentleman who wrote the books, The Children of Dune.
Okay.
He said, "When I am weaker than you, I will ask for freedoms because that is according to your principles. But when I am stronger than you, I will take away your freedoms because that is according to my principles." And that is exactly what is happening.
There was another great quote as well by a chap called Herbert Spencer, and it says, "There is one principle, bar none, that will leave a man in eternal ignorance, and that principle is contempt prior to investigation."
Yes, exactly.
So investigate everything. Read the Quran so that you know what it is that you're getting into. Read the Bible so that you know that the truth will set you free.
There you go. There you go. The funny thing is, I had to read the Quran and the Bible because I became a skeptic. It was when I accepted it all outright, I never read any of it. And this is why I was saying most Muslims don't know their religion, because most Muslims, first of all, the illiteracy rate in the Middle East is huge. In India, in Pakistan, is massive. So most people can't even read, let alone read their holy book. Second of all, most people are raised in it. They are.
It's not their culture.
Yeah, they are brewed into the soup.
They're born into it.
They don't need to investigate because this is it. Everything around them says Islam.
Absolutely.
So very few actually read it and investigate it. And when they do, you'll see the Muslim scholars have been saying that the apostasy coming from the Middle East will be like a tsunami. Because now the bubble of protection that the Middle East used to have from education has burst because of the internet. They cannot stop the internet penetrating the rooms of their kids, their sons and their daughters. Anti-Islamic rhetoric and the verses of the Quran and all of these bad sort of
What do you
things.
think about immigrants coming from Gaza here? I saw that in the news the other day.
Yes, worrying. It's worrying. I mean, I'm not being funny, right? But Israel is surrounded by, I'm not sure exactly how many, I think it's 52 Islamic nations.
That's right.
Not one of those Islamic nations want the Palestinians. They don't want their inverted commas own people.
Why is that?
Why is that?
That's because
Egypt don't want them.
Well, Egypt doesn't want them. Neither does Jordan. Because
neither does Jordan.
Because
they are a part of Jordan, though.
Well, the thing is,
heritagely.
The thing is, when the Palestinians were taken in as refugees in Jordan, this was I forgot what year it was. They started a coup against the king of Jordan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's why Jordan doesn't want them, because they're troublemakers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna start a coup, and they'll do the same in Egypt.
Yeah.
That's why Muslim nations, Saudi Arabia, one of the richest nations in the world,
Yeah.
Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Bahrain, none of them want to take in a Palestinian refugee. You have to start to look at these people and go,
Yeah.
wait a minute, the ones who are part of your religion, part of your creed, some of them are even like your genetic, ancestors, your genetic like cousins.
Free Tommy now!
Free Tommy now!
Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now!
Thank you.
Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now!
Thank you so much.
Do you think
Sorry?
Do you think they will take them?
They'll take the refugees.
Do you think they will? Yeah.
No, never.
Do you think
Oh, the Britain. Oh, Britain. Possibly on the Kiyosama. Possibly.
What's your page, bro?
HAFEZ Reflects. My name is
HAFEZ
HAFEZ
Reflects.
HAFEZ.
Okay, HAFEZ.
It's a Persian.
Come here.
Here we are, guys, with Wendell
Listen,
Daniels,
man.
live and direct.
This man's a rubbish journalist. He changed his name the other day. So I keep him, man.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How's things with you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yesterday, did I not see you? Tom, hold on, let me do some advertising. See, I'm good.
Hello. Welcome.
Journalist, you know.
Taking over Street Mike today. We're taking over.
So listen.
Free Tommy.
So tell me more about how you're feeling with the knowledge that Tommy has been arrested.
Well, let's be honest. It seems like a bit of a trump. How can a man who runs patriot rallies be arrested for terrorism charges? That to me is unfathomable. If they charge him under anything else, I don't know, stealing a Mars bar, using a can of air spray without following the instructions, anything would have made more sense than terrorism. But it is what it is, man.
But he has been charged, and I've never known a man to use such a big word as
unfathomable. It's unbelievable, unrecognizable. It's extreme.
Extreme. But Tommy's not an extremist. I used to believe he was a right-wing racist, and I told him.
Yes.
But I've changed my mind. Yeah. But, I thought he was going to be arrested based upon what he said yesterday for contempt of court.
That's actually what I thought, yes. 100% for that.
Following the instructions of the court in showing the documentary film. But he's been arrested on terrorism
charge. As I said, George Orwell says that in a tyrannical future...
You read?
Sometimes. I read quotes online. He said, in a tyrannical future, simply telling the truth will be an act of terrorism, will be a crime. And if Tommy Robinson has been arrested for terrorism, for simply telling the truth in Britain, then you can see where you are. Ironically, people like George Orwell are British people who knew what authoritarian societies can be, what can happen under an authoritarian system, how people will say, it is just my job, I was doing what I was ordered. Remember those words, they came out in the 1930s in Germany too. That's the problem. Sometimes those who say they're just doing their job should consider what their job is, and maybe their job isn't worth what they're doing. The crimes that they commit, you will not be exempt of the crimes that you commit by simply professing, I was doing my job. When justice comes, that will not be good enough. Go talk to some Germans who went to The Hague about 80 years ago.
Anyway, sir, I want to talk to someone. When I chat with him, we get
There you go.
And see, is he worthy? Can he provide you? Can he protect you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you going to be able to?
I think.
Are you going to have authority during the day when you go out?
Okay, guys and girls, I'm going to probably end this now. The business of the day is getting over slowly. I'm not sure whether I should carry on a bit longer.
And you know when a woman does it, you never need to ask her to talk.
You wouldn't need to, because you would do it automatically.
So, yeah. Well, is interviewing some people here.
And it's to talk about it, because like you say, it should just come naturally anyway.
And it does come naturally.
Okay, guys and girls, this is the tail end of this protest. Everything is calm, everything is cool, everything is nice. If you're new, do like and subscribe. Independent Journalists of London, do support all your independent journalists. We just call it like it is.
Of one wife, that must mean you have to be a man. But here's the thing. If he's head of the church and he trusts that he can...
I am sweating absolutely my gonads off. You have no idea. There's a pool of water in my underwear right now that you would not believe. It's horrifically hot out here. I want to go home. I want to take a shower. I want to have some pizza and watch some TV. What am I doing with my life? Alan, how you doing, mate?
Yeah.
I lost my voice. I've lost my sanity. I am dripping with sweat.
Do you know what? I couldn't. Last night my back was killing me, and I didn't take out with me yesterday.
Oh my god!
And my head was actually burning from filming for 7 hours or whatever it was.
Yeah, dude, my feet are still hurting today.
Yeah, mine are.
And I'm out here, and I'm wearing boots. I'm not even wearing trainers anymore. I was wearing because I had to go to a party, and I came straight from the party when I saw this kick off.
Yeah.
So I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, I didn't get home till about, well, I'm going to say home, where I'm staying, till 11 o'clock last night.
Bloody hell.
And, you know, I'm staying down in Surrey, because I couldn't get anywhere in London. Everywhere was fully booked.
Bloody
hell. I go
hell.
around the country with my pod, because it's cheaper for me to go into these campsites.
Yeah.
Pod, and go there and hawk up there for a night. But Crystal Palace, Abbeywood, and all of them were fully booked.
Damn.
I had to go right out, and I was going to go to Port tomorrow. That's why I stayed down in London to do some filming tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But we'll have to wait and see what happens, because they don't realise what they've done.
So you're here for one more night then?
Yeah.
All
I might
right.
be here for a little bit longer.
Is Tommy going to court tomorrow then?
It depends what happens, because I actually think they've lit the keg. They've lit the keg. And this is going to go off big time. This is going to go off bigger than all of these know. They don't realise they saw 100,000 people in Trafalgar Square yesterday. That's going to double now. All they've done is brought it to their own doorstep now. If they're not acting in other people, you know, all these other people do what they want. But when it comes to their own citizens, they don't even know the anti-terrorist laws anyway. When was the last time a police station was bombed? And they come out of it, they stop the orders from filming outside police stations under sections of law they don't even know. They can't recite their own oath. They don't know the law. I was over at the pen one day and the copper says, I said, what did you nick him for? He said, breach of the peace. I said, whose peace did he breach? He said, he spat at me, sir. You're using a different section of law, I told him. They don't know the law themselves.
Hey. Take care, Alan. What's happening? Yeah, no, it was good. It was great. She was awesome. And then I did a thing with. Have I done what? Richard. I have no idea what it is. I think it's kind of at the end of that. But me, I'm thinking about wrapping it up. I'm going to go home, shower. I'm covered in sweat. I'm literally just a pool of sweat underneath this. Oh my God, there it is. Give him a minute. Let's give him a minute to finish with the. Could you do me a favor? Could you just hold this for a second? My trousers are literally falling down.
This guy's trousers are literally falling down.
Yeah, of course. Look,
Imagine.
Oh my God. So ordinarily, even before we go back to let's talk about conspiracy theories here. Some people
An hour ago I was at a birthday party, having cake.
He was either injured or he cut himself.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Let me see if I can. I don't want to get Busker's face. I don't want to get Busker's face. What? Busker doesn't like to be on camera. Busker is a ninja. He's a shadow man. He's a shadow warrior. He appears, but he is everywhere but nowhere.
They see me had him on camera. Richard.
Okay, let me grab him. Hello, Richard. Can I grab you for 1 minute, sir? Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you ever so much for everything you've done.
Yeah.
Sorry, could you just do that for us? My name is HAFEZ from HAFEZ Reflects.
Thank you.
And thank you everything for yesterday.
Yeah.
I know you worked your socks off.
Well, I wasn't expecting to be working today. Today I was going to take it easy, you know, but circumstances.
How is your time off going?
Circumstances, dear boy, circumstances. You know, there's a saying. There's a saying in the military that no plan survives contact with the enemy, you know, and we're certainly in contact with the enemy at the minute.
So, what? I mean, I know this was a very ad hoc thing. Yeah. What will you guys are planning to do next, which is most important?
What, tonight, you mean, or?
Well, in the next few days to come.
Well, we're going to have to plan it because it's all been dropped on us very quickly. We don't know what's happened. To me, anything they charge Tom with, I just don't believe it because I've seen what they've done to him before. Terrorism, I mean, that's a serious thing. So, to me, what's happening is the deep state, people like Yvette Cooper, Keir Starmer. I mean, Keir Starmer's a hardcore.
Do you think it has actually reached that level? Or
Oh yeah, sure. They ain't going to arrest Tommy Robinson for terrorism without people in that building signing off on it.
Okay.
I don't believe they will.
How
anyway.
about Sadiq Khan or Richard Crowley? Sorry, Richard.
It's way above their level.
Yeah,
it's way above their level because they know there's going to be serious disorder. We don't want that, but the reality is that's what happened last time,
absolutely.
and this is a lot more serious. Last time it was a short sentence. Terrorism, you're looking at 10 years.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Okay, I mean, and what is the evidence? And there's rumours out there that it's something from like 2010, right? Yeah,
from 2010.
That's the rumour, and I don't know if that's true.
14 years ago.
14 years ago. So either the counter-terror command are completely incompetent, and they couldn't arrest him 14 years ago because they were too stupid to do it, or it's a trumped-up charge. That's the question that we've got to ask. So,
has lawyers been involved already? Has telephone calls been made?
His lawyers will be on task. So the lawyers are involved. The fact that he's been charged now means that he'll probably be remanded. He'll go to court. I'd imagine he'll be in court in the morning to get remanded, and that's when it starts in earnest. What we've got to do.
Do you know where he is? No one still knows where he is.
No, where he is.
I mean, his lawyers would obviously know that, but
his lawyers know.
You
but
guys,
we don't know.
but you guys are like on the inside.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
amazing.
Again, the problem is I've been doing a lot of travelling. I was on a train that broke down to get here. Long story. But
oh my God.
A tube train as well. Which, when a tube train starts breaking down, you just get off it and walk, right? So all this sort of stuff's been going on. So the reality is, this is going to be the battle of our lives. Now. You know what Tommy stands for. I know what Tommy stands for. His message is a good message. It's a message of peace, tolerance, unity. He's opposed to Islamist ideology. Who isn't? You know, there's many migrants in this country who have fled from Islamist ideology to save their life.
You're looking at one.
Exactly. Right. So people that have come here, and loads of you guys stand with Tommy.
100%.
And now I think this will wake up the great British public. I think people will go, yeah, we get this now. But the problem is the mainstream media are going to be spinning this
100%
and making it look really, really.
I mean, I can imagine the headlines now. Far-right extremists arrested for terrorism. That's all they'll tell. They'll never say anything else.
Absolutely. And of course, by default, that demonises anybody that's associated with them as well.
Yeah.
So I think, we're in for a bumpy ride. I believe righteousness and truth will prevail. I believe, and I genuinely believe this, I believe God's on Tommy's side, I believe God's on our side, and I do believe that we'll get a great victory out of this in the end. But it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing that this is happening. And all these people are coming out. I mean, if you look at this crowd, I mean, if you pan around this crowd is not far-right extremists.
This is the most diverse racist group I've ever seen.
Same as. All these
I didn't realize racists were so diverse.
All these diverse racists are amazing people, you know. So, yeah, I mean, guys, you know, it's disturbing, it's annoying, but it's not unexpected. We knew they were going to move against him. We didn't know how. We thought they were going to do it with the film. They didn't do it with the film, so they've done it with some trumped-up charge. And you know, we'll see as it unfolds what they're accusing him of. But I think it's looking pretty grim and dark.
Some people were saying the reason they did the terrorism charge was because that gives them the greater powers of holding him without charge for much longer, and a lot of other powers that they couldn't have had if they didn't do that.
Yeah, and also it allows the deep state, MI5 and the Secret Service to start looking at people like me and everybody else that's associated with them. So because if we're classed as being associated with a terrorist, then by association you become a person of interest, so they can then start surveilling us.
Interesting.
They can surveil us all they want. It'd be very boring surveilling me, but the reality is, it's another attack.
Give them the powers to do that.
The powers to do that, and it's an attack on our freedom.
Also, there's a chilling effect of that, where a lot of people would then back off because of family reasons, work, etc., etc.
Of course. You know, so look, there's a lot of irony in this. You know, the people the people that Keir Starmer used to support, Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh yes, and Hamas.
He classed Hamas as his friends. He classed the IRA as his friend, okay, and Sinn Féin. So you've got a Labour Party that is massively influenced by extremist politics on the left and extremist terrorism. And now the good guys have been classed as the terrorists and the bad guys are in power. We've got big problems. And the only way to put it right is peacefully, democratically. And I've said it, I'm saying it till I'm blue in the face. I believe there's 30 million people in this country believe what we believe. Some of them don't know it yet, but I think if you drill down, most people are tolerant. They love Britain. They believe in British values. They care about the country, and you know, they love the country. They love the culture. So these people that are trying to change all that, they've got into power by default. I believe most of the police officers standing here probably believe what we believe, but they can't say it because they lose their jobs. You know, they see it on the streets every day.
Exactly.
So they know.
They're in touch with it.
They
really
know what's happening. They know what's happening. So you know, we're not the ones that are spitting on them. We're not the ones that are attacking them. It's.
Yeah. I mean, you could see it in the Manchester police.
Exactly. I mean, that when you see the full footage of what that Manchester police officer was putting up with, you know, he didn't overreact.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, after what happened to him and his colleagues, I mean, if anything, even if he snapped, it was justifiable.
If you've been in, I mean, when I served in Northern Ireland, we had those sort of situations where someone would try and grab a weapon, and when that happened, you had to use force to stop them grabbing the weapon. That's all that copper did.
100%. I mean,
would you? You know, at the end of the day, if someone's trying to grab your sidearm, you've got to use whatever force you can to subdue that man. And if you have to kick him in the head, well, so be it. I mean, I don't know the law on that, but at the end of the day,
let's be honest, between us, if this was the United States, what would happen in Manchester?
They'd have been shot. In fact, in Belfast during the Troubles, they'd have been shot by the police or the army. Right? So okay. Well, you know, time will tell whether the guy was right or wrong to do that. From what I've seen, like, there was a lot of violence being perpetrated against that officer, and
against his colleague. Woman got
a nose when we saw it. But now we've seen the full footage. It was intense. You know, it's 20 seconds of intense violence. He responded, and now he's going to be demonised and ruined, and his life will be ruined. And let's get it right. Those firearms officers, they're the elite of the police. You know, they're meant to be the cream of the cream. So that guy's life finished.
Yeah.
Why? Because a mob went to a police station, surrounded the police station, and the threatening violence, threatening, right? None of them have been arrested for terrorism.
That's right.
You know, and
they literally said words like, "We're going to burn the place down."
Yeah, exactly.
And no one's been arrested. You literally said we're going to burn. If any member of people here would say such a thing, we're going to burn that car down.
If I ever said anything,
they'd all be in jail.
If I had ever said anything that incited violence or incited hate, I'd be arrested in a heartbeat.
Immediately.
And they'd bang me up for
This
5
is
years.
where the two-tier policing really comes in.
Of course it is.
This is where you see it with
Exactly.
your own eyes. This is the problem. Like, I've been coming and covering a lot of protests and a lot of things in London for at least the last 8 months since the October 7th situation, 8 or 9 months. And in 2020 even, I came out and I saw the counter lockdown protesters versus other protesters. It was blatant for anyone who had eyes to see. There is a distinct divide between how these groups are treated and how these groups are treated. And people were definitely treated differently. And some were treated with kid gloves, others brutal. Absolutely brutal. It's like they're now telling me, you're pissing on my head and you're just telling me it's raining. And I have to say, yes, sir. Like, I can see it. Your trousers are down.
Exactly.
But apparently, it's rain.
There's a Clint Eastwood film called The Outlaw Josie Wales, and one of the characters in it turns around to this corrupt legal official, funnily enough, and says, "Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining."
Yes,
You know,
exactly. But I can see them do it, and they still tell me no.
That's what they're doing to all of us. They're gaslighting us.
Yes.
And it's those people in there. It's those people in there. And there have we got a helicopter up? Oh no, it's not watching us. It's not police.
Going by. But thank you so much. So in the next 2 weeks, what are your predictions of Tommy's situation?
Well, I mean, it's impossible to say. I mean, he's charged, so he's going to be remanded, I would imagine. He'll have a court date. He's not. They're not going. If
release him until
charged with terrorism, he's not going to get out. I'd be surprised if he got out. You know, I'd be very surprised if he got out. The thing is, he's gone from the heights to the depths in 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday was an incredible day promoting peace, love, harmony, Christianity, and he has been completely turned over in 24 hours. I don't think it's an accident. I think they know. They saw that demonstration. Incidentally, yesterday there was the only incident that we had that could have led to disorder, right? And it went against the conditions of the march. The Met Police marched a guy with a Palestinian flag. It was deliberate provocation by both the Met and the guy, right past the back end of our demonstration.
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
We ran onto the road, the stewards and the security guys ran onto the road and literally had to restrain probably 200 people who were quite rightly angry. We're saying, guys, we know how you feel, but this is what they want. They want you to fight with the police. They want you to go and attack that
headlines.
man. We're not going to let them have it, and we didn't let them have it. So yesterday they couldn't throw mud at us and say this is what's happened. So they couldn't do that. So what do? They get Tommy in the early hours
to try to rally something up. Maybe today. Maybe
Tommy said this publicly, so I'm not betraying your confidence. When Tommy was in prison, when he first started with the EDL, there was a vicar came to visit Tommy in prison. And the vicar said to Tommy, "You are the sacrificial lamb for this country." And I think that's very, very true. You know, you are the sacrificial lamb for this country. And that's what he has been. And he's taken so many hits, and he gets back up, and he gets back up. So I was meant to be flying back to Northern Ireland tonight. I've cancelled my flight.
Good luck with that.
I'm not going. I'm cancelled. I'm just not turning up. So I'll have to book a flight for tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
But because I thought, this is more important. Like, this is my friend. You know.
Also, you are you're like the de facto leader of this group right now, and so people will follow your lead.
So that means I'm the next one to get arrested.
Yeah. Be careful what you say.
You are kind of in the crosshairs, I would imagine.
I would say I definitely am on the crosshairs. Yeah, I would say.
No, but I mean, it's true because of you and your leadership here today. Even I think a lot of people would have been rightfully far more agitated and
we've got
angry.
to keep it calm. We've got to keep it peaceful. Going forward, we're going to have to make plans. There's going to be a lot of work to do, because again, we want to keep it peaceful. Look, and let's be fair. I mean, the police came over and asked us to move when we first got here, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and we were firm, but we weren't confrontational with them. We said, look, we know our rights. We know we've got a right to be here, and we're going to stay here. Yeah. But we're going to stay here peacefully, and we're not going to block the road.
And I believe the police even said, we're not invoking any powers right now. This is a request.
They asked, and we said no. Yeah. We said no. Just swallowed the fly. Sorry about that. Bit disgusting. It was a fly just went in my mouth. Yeah. And you got any water?
But I've got some in my bag. Hold on. Thank you. Just hold this here. Go for it. Keep going.
I can't speak yet. Just let me get a swallow of water.
Me and my team are going to be shooting off.
Yeah, cool.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get someone else.
Yeah,
I'll point them out to you. Someone else is going to be a point of contact.
Yeah.
Just in case you've got any questions, if you're asking anything, if you've got any updates, we've got that person.
Just tell him we'll be here about 10 years, yeah?
Yeah, fine. I won't be there. I'll tell you what, it'll be in the governor.
Yeah. Which one is he?
And see, he's on the street with the yellow high vis, he's stood by himself.
Okay, yes.
It'll be him. I'm going to speak to him now.
Okay.
He's the unit inspector. I'll point him out to you and just say that if you've got any questions, then to ask. And if you've got any questions for us, to ask.
Yeah.
I've just put to the boss. He's really, really happy with everything. Honestly, he's really happy with everything.
Yeah.
We've done a really good job of keeping out the street. We're really happy. Everything's gone fantastic.
You know, the reality is we'll stay here until we want to go.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, and it's good natured, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. If it stays like this, honestly, I don't think they're going to have any issue with you being here.
The way to achieve what we want is by staying peaceful. Because we don't want our people getting arrested. We don't want our people getting hit. We want to win, right? We want to win, and that's what we're going to do.
Disappeared. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll end this. Thank you so much, Richard. You want to get back into it?
Yeah, we can get back into it.
Go for it. In that case,
where were we up to?
What's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, and potentially, you know, if Tommy is released.
We don't. Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. Yeah,
right.
So plans for the next couple of weeks.
Can you see both of us?
Plans for the next couple of weeks. We don't know. We're just gonna have to work it out. We're gonna have to work it out to find out what happens. You know, work it out, and then we'll know. You know, we've got a team. We'll get the team to make plans. And we've got to get it now, obviously, and we've got to protect the movement as well. Because this movement is building. They think by decapitating it they'll make it smaller. I think it'll grow.
Yes.
I think what they've done is just made this movement go from 1 million to 10 million.
Absolutely. I mean, I was here in I think it was 2019, Free Tommy, and this entire street all the way up to Trafalgar was absolutely full of people. I'll be honest, I think that's what made the establishment even more worried, when a man like that can bring out so many people whilst he's himself in prison.
Absolutely. But what do you think they're going to achieve by doing this? It's exactly the same thing. They're going to make it worse, you know. So
I do believe that this movement must be more than just Tommy, because a cult of personality cannot survive. It has to be generational.
It has to be, and that's what we're trying to build. And Tommy's the figurehead, right? He is the figurehead, but he says himself he's not the leader. And of course now he's in prison. He's gonna. Well, he's not in prison, but now he's been charged. He's going to become like a Mandela character, especially the fact they're charging him with terrorism. Because let's get it right, Mandela actually was a terrorist.
Yeah, he got charged. Yeah.
Now, but Tommy's not, you know. And I honestly believe that we'll find out in due time that this is just complete nonsense, completely trumped up. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to sit down and we're going to make plans. We're going to put a lot of boots on the ground. But what we're not going to do, we're going to do our best to keep it peaceful, because we can't have mass disorder, because that doesn't serve our purpose.
Oh, it's just going to be counterproductive. That's everything.
Exactly.
If people kick off and things start burning, it'll just become counterproductive.
Real British people, and I'm talking about you and me, we are not violent people. We want to do things within the law and democratic.
Ironically, I want it to be democratic because that is the principles in which we believe in. That's the principles this country is founded on, built on. We want it to be democratic. But one thing John F. Kennedy once said, those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make a violent one inevitable.
That's it. Well, that's exactly right. But that's the last thing that we want. Again, I've said that. None of us, I mean, the guys that we've got in our movement, very capable people, a lot of ex-military people, a lot of people who are just real men, but we're not in it for violence. We're in it to change the country, you know. And I was in the military for 7 years, served in Northern Ireland for 2 years. I know what violence is about. I know what terrorist violence is about. Tommy's not a terrorist. It's not.
It's crazy. It's crazy to have someone who threw one of the biggest patriotic rallies possibly in the history of this country to be charged for terrorism against this country.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's like calling George Washington a terrorist of America.
People talk about things being Orwellian. We are in an Orwellian state. We are in an Orwellian state, and that government has to go. The deep state has to go. The globalists have to go. The Islamists have to go, and the communists have to go. So we've got to build our movement on truth and justice and love and peace, and
the British way.
And that is the British way. You know, British values are Christian values. That's. I mean, a lot of people here have been, sharing a Christian message. I always say I'm the worst Christian in the world, but I believe it all. But the reality is, when you look at what's made Britain great, Queen Victoria was asked by an African prince in the 1800s. He went to Queen Victoria and said, "Your Majesty, what has made Britain great?" Because obviously Britain had a massive empire then, which was respected incidentally because it brought a lot of civilization. It did some bad things, did a lot of good things. So she said to him, she picked up the Bible and said, "This book." That's what she said made Britain great. So that's, this isn't, you don't have to be a Christian to believe that. You just have to look at history.
Well, I mean, this is, again, I've been saying the same thing. Although I'm not a religious man myself, I have said that Christianity is one of the bedrocks of this country.
It is.
You knock these pillars down, the building will collapse. And there's a lot of pillars that have been eroded over the years. Christianity, family values, the belief in the masculinity of men, that men are protectors of their family and their loved ones. These things are core values of a society, and they have systematically been destroying
and that's what our movement's about, rebuilding the core values of family, Christian values, generosity, genuine tolerance. Tolerance doesn't mean giving into everything. Are you going? Yeah. You're off. All right, see you later. Yeah.
Is that Ginger Tony?
That's come and see this guy. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. Yeah.
My blessings to your family and that.
Yeah.
Take care of it.
Thanks.
Richard.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you.
We'll call it a day. Thank you. All right, guys. That was Richard Inman. We are calling it a day. Like and subscribe. HAFEZ Reflects. It's done. Peace. And there's a man from Speaker's Corner without his wishes on.
Tommy Robin.
Give me a shout out.
Oh, Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson.
If anyone wants to see who I am behind this camera, it's me, yeah?
Go on, Francis, say your name.
Oh, you want me to say? Why don't you plug me? I'm going to plug you, HAFEZ. I'm going to.
Don't plug me on my own channel. They know who I am. They're already there.
They don't know who you are.
What do you mean they know who you are and they're still watching? No wonder we're in a state.
Exactly. They don't know who you are.
You're in the shit now.
Watching you.
But they don't tell them you.
My name is Francis Ball. I was behind the camera. I want to let people know that please, anyone's watching, try supporting the truth and learn the truth by yourself, not by the mainstream media, not by some idiots. Just know the truth by yourself. Think for yourself. Stop let other people think for you. That's it. My name is Francis Ball. You can follow me on Twitter, now X, and you can follow me on YouTube, and HAFEZ usually comes to my channel, so if you want to laugh more at him, just come to my channel, yeah?
Now loads of you will know this man. From Speaker's Corner, you might recognise me from Speaker's Corner, but here's the thing, you've seen the trouble that gets on at Speaker's Corner and how they mob hang and violently attack. Like Hattoon, they
tell them why Hattoon doesn't come to Speaker's Corner anymore.
Because of the death threats.
How many times have they tried to execute Hattoon?
Many.
At least 3 times, right?
Yeah.
3 attempts on her life, not to mention the many beatings that they gave us.
Yeah. They even came to shoot her and me because I filmed.
That's right.
They wanted to shoot me for filming. I've done nothing else. But this is what will be door to door if we allow Islam to take over.
That will be door to door until they've persecuted any other religion, or you pay the jizya.
Exactly.
And you've got to be aware that's what's coming. If these people just blindly follow orders and never question their orders, they will have to start bowing to Mecca. Because if they don't stop holding the rotten politics up,
Exactly.
it will continue.
Good man. I thank you, sir. I'm gonna take a shot at that England flag, and that's why we're gonna end it. I'm England till I die. I'm England till I die.
I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm England till I die. I'm England till I die.